But here it is: how to achieve rock star status in your industry. So at the end, this will take about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to go through these 10 things. At the end, I'm going to do a little Q&A, and then I'll be able to see the chat. So just hold all your questions. I will do a Q&A after this. So hold all your questions to the end, and I will answer any questions that you have. So 10 ways on how to achieve rockstar status in your industry. Number one is own your story. So James Barber, he played the Phantom in Phantom of the Opera on Broadway, and I have been doing story seminars for a little while now. And it's all about what is your story? What is your journey? What have you done? And putting it together into a nice package that you can now share your story with the world. And that is one way of how to achieve rockstar status. Because first you have to know your story. You have to dial in what your story is. Many of us have a lot of stories, but you need that signature story that you need to own and just put out there to the world. Mine is, I toured with Guns N' Roses, and from that I learned how to be a rock star business person. How do you achieve rock star status in your industry? Everything I do is rock star, based on touring with Air Supply and Guns N' Roses. I have some funny stories, and I share how I got that gig, and that basically is set me up for 20 years of speaking. So your journey in your story is your greatest asset. What is your journey? What was your journey? What was the things that you went through that started with a defining moment and it got you into who you are today? A lot of people have something bad happen to them, a tragedy, horrible thing. Well, wouldn't it be great if you can now, I'll say the word get over that thing, but you never really get over a tragedy, but you learn how to deal with the tragedy. And now you can help other people that are going through a similar situation, and you can now help them. That's where coaching, that's where doing seminars, that's where podcasting comes into play. If you could be the person that got over whatever it is that you went through and now are willing to help other people that are going through the same thing that you're going through, that's an incredible story. That's the journey that you're on, and you can do so much to make an impact in this world if you're going through that. Number two is people don't connect with perfection. They connect with honesty. So many people think that they have to be perfect in sharing their story, in doing webinars, doing podcasts, speaking from the stage, writing a book. Everyone thinks you have to be perfect. Well, I know for a fact that Google and all these search engines don't even like it. They don't like perfection. They want authenticity. Just share with people. Like I said in the beginning of this webinar, I was honest. First time I'm doing Kartra webinar. I hope it all works. I hope you can see my presentation. I hope I know how to share the screen. I'm just being honest. It's the first time I've done a Kartra webinar. I've done Zoom webinars for years. So I know that's locked in, but you know what? I'm using Kartra now. I have a big database in Kartra, so I want to learn how to use Kartra. And you guys are my guinea pigs. I'm doing this seminar, this webinar for you, first one ever. If I make a mistake, oh well, I'm still going to live, still going to be here tomorrow, still going to move on. But it's the authenticity that people want. So don't try to be perfect, just do it. And the hardest thing to do is doing it the first time. When you come up with your story, you're going to share it somewhere, whether it's on a podcast, on a stage, you sponsor an event, they give you 5 minutes on stage, share your story. And it's not going to go well the first time. It's going to be a disaster probably the first time. But if you do it the first time, then the second time will be better, and the third time will be better, and so on and so on. But you know what's amazing about the first time? Even if you're not good, as long as you speak from the heart and you're authentic, people are going to resonate with you. They're going to appreciate that you tried and you did your best. And you might have said 1,000 times, and you might have screwed up and said, you know what? I have no idea what I'm talking about right now. That's funny. It's kind of cool. Go with it. Work with it. Anyway, Own your story, come up with your story, and work on your story, because that is the most important thing that you will have to be a rock star. You have to have a great signature story, and it's really just your journey and packaging that into a nice little package. All right, number 2, stand out loud. I always say this: be bold. Don't do things half-ass. If you're going to go for it, and do it big. There's so many people out there that say, all right, I'm launching this thing. Here we go. And they just dabble in it. And they don't do it like big. They don't go for it because they're scared. And that is a big fear. When you put it out there, your brand or whatever that is, that you put it out there, all of a sudden you're going to have people judging you. And you got to get over that. You got to get over people saying, oh, I didn't like your logo. Do you know 50% of the people in this world probably hate Guns N' Roses, but 50% of the people love Guns N' Roses. So those are the people you focus on. You focus on your community. Not everyone is going to love you. Just be bold, stand out, go for it. You're going to have some haters, and you're going to have people that love you, as long as you're authentic and you're trying to do it for the right reason, to help people. So anyway, stand out loud, be bold. Add your unique rock star edge, that's what I call it, in everything you do. Your branding, your events, your talks, your products, everything. Hire a professional designer to design your logo. Hire a professional designer to design your podcast logo, your products, your book. Don't do the book yourself. So many people try to self-publish books, and what they do wrong is the cover looks okay. Sometimes the cover's a disaster. I had this guy come to my seminar, and his back cover was just like black and an ISBN code, which was fine, the ISBN code, but there was nothing on the back. It was like, why are you doing a book? It looks amateur, right? You got to make sure that the layout of the book, this is just one example, the layout of the book is the right, correct way to lay out a book. Because I could look at a book and I could tell if someone self-published that book and they did it on their own. That tells me they're not going for it. They're doing it again on the cheap. They're designing it, even though they're not graphic designers. They're laying out the book, even though they're not professional layout artists. They're designing their logo. They're doing everything themselves to save money. Yes, you will save money. That is for sure. But people will know that you are not taking this serious. You got to be big. You got to go for it when you do something. Pay. You could go to Fiverr, Fiverr.com. People will design stuff for you between $5 and $100 even. $100, you're probably going to get the best designer on Fiverr. I've had many people in my mastermind use something like Fiverr to get things designed for them. And these are professional designers just trying to get extra gigs online. So don't do it yourself if you're not a professional. But it's got to look like you're a rock star in that industry. You got to look like you're doing this for real. And this is something that you're going to do for a while and you're going to be consistent with. And it looks freaking amazing. Next one, number 3, is deliver massive value. I always talk about this at my seminars. It's like, don't try to make a killing right away. Like if you're putting a webinar up and you're going to teach something in the webinar, but the webinar is like $5,000 because you just want to make some money with the webinar. Well, no one's going to sign up for a $5,000 webinar. These days, no one's really signing up for $497 webinars. No one's signing up for $97 webinars. What they're signing up for are free webinars to see if they resonate with you, the person putting on the webinar. And then they'll say, okay, I really like what this person's talking about. This is really good info. I might need this in my business. Then you offer some small package to get them into your community, into your world. And then you offer something a little bit bigger. But don't try to make a killing right away for a big priced item. When you do offer a big priced item, deliver massive value, massive. Like give away the farm when you are initially trying to get someone in your community. For example, I tell people offer, I don't know, a $97 package, and they get to come to an event. They get to be a sponsor with an exhibitor table. This is if you're not, at a big level yet. Just give them so many things that $97, they're like, is this person crazy? For example, my event coming up September 19th and 20th in Westlake Village. If you're in the Los Angeles area, because it's kind of last minute now, for $47, you get to come to my event. And for $47, you get 2 days of the event. You get to hear all these unbelievable keynote speakers, totally for $47. And you get a swag bag. Everyone gets a swag bag. There's collector's pins, there's patches, pens, stress balls, books, coupons for things inside this thing for $47. The swag bag and the contents cost me way more than $47. And you're also going to get a 2-day seminar of how to make an impact in this world. Deliver massive value. Another thing is, like, a lot of people do this. When you're offering something, tell them the best thing about your seminar or product. Some people go, I don't want to give out all the great information for free or for a low cost. I'm saving that for my high-end clients. Wrong. When you go see a movie and you watch a trailer for another movie, the trailer is the best part of the movie. And then you go see the movie and the rest of the movie is okay, it's good, but the trailer was the best part of the movie. Because in people's mind is, if this is the free part or the very inexpensive part, imagine what I'm going to get when he or she offers their coaching program. Oh my gosh. If this was for $47, imagine what that'll be if I pay $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for a coaching program. Deliver massive value. A rock star, think about this, doesn't just play a song, they create an experience. And this is in the deliver massive value, is also creating an experience. Don't just do things again, half-ass. Make it special for the people that are coming onto your podcast, reading your book, coming to your event, some sort of an event. Make it an experience. You'll see when you all come to my event September 19th and 20th, it's going to be an experience. It's going to be unlike anything I have ever done in the past. You'll see. If you've been to any of my past seminars, it's going to look nothing and be nothing like my past seminars. 100%. Guaranteed. Give your audience, clients, and partners more than they expected every single time. When bands play concerts and they play their set list, what happens at the end of the concert? They leave the stage, and then the audience goes crazy. We want one more song. And they come back on stage for the encore. Well, rock stars do that every time. We in business have to think like rock stars. Go above and beyond everything you do. If you're expected to do this, do that, and go above and beyond what they expected, and you will have a client for life. And you'll have such a great reputation that you did more than the client expected. You will have rock star status in your industry 100%. Number 4, build your tribe. It is all about a community. Rock stars have communities. They're called fans, and they go to their concerts, and they buy their merchandise, and they buy their albums, and they go to Spotify and listen to their songs, their new songs. That's your tribe. You need to do the same exact thing that a rock star does. Picture what you envision a rock star does to do everything they do, and just do the same exact thing for your business. You need your version of a fan base, clients, customers, and followers who feel like they're part of your family. This is why I have a mastermind group. Many people at the event September 19th and 20th will be coming from my mastermind. They love coming to my events. They're family. I try to treat them like family. I treat them like VIPs. If you're in my mastermind after the 2 days, the Sunday, September 21st, if you're in my mastermind, you get to come to my house in Thousand Oaks. It's a very nice house. We have a nice pool. It's going to be a nice breakfast. And that's where we treat each other like family. I bring them into my house, my personal house, because they are family. And that's what you need to treat your clients as family. Create a fan base of people that will talk about you, say how great your event is, say how great your book is, say how great your podcast is. That's what you need to create a tribe, a community of people that love what you're doing, believe in what you're doing, and will tell people what you do because they love what you're doing. It's community. Create community, loyalty, and belonging. People want to belong to something. I've had people in my mastermind in the past, honestly, this is the truth, didn't even have a business. They did not have a business. They joined my mastermind because they felt like they were part of a community that inspired them to do whatever they wanted to do and motivated them to do whatever they wanted to do. Whether it was just sit around and hang out or go to Disneyland and hang out, whatever it was, they were part of the community and they just felt like it was a place that they could talk to people and reach out to others. And here's the big thing. Treat everyone in your community like a VIP. That's what we did at Guns N' Roses and Air Supply. You treat people that, get backstage, radio show winners, friends of family, friends of the crew, family of the crew, radio station people and their families. They were welcomed with open arms, and we made them feel like they were part of the Guns N' Roses Air Supply family. You'd be surprised how much that rock stars do this, especially now. It used to be in the 80s about drugs and alcohol backstage and girls and guys and strippers and all that. It is so different now. So different. The tours that are out there right now, their families are backstage. Their kids are backstage. Hardly anyone drinks anymore. Hardly anyone does. Very few do drugs because it's such a hard thing to get into now in the music industry. You got to treat it seriously. So do that for your business. Treat it seriously. Treat everyone like a VIP. Number 5 in how to achieve rockstar status is leverage collaboration. That's working with other people, partnering with other people. So we're doing a fundraiser the night before my event on September 18th, for example. My wife and I have a nonprofit called Band Together Foundation. And we're doing a fundraiser the night before. We have Ray Parker Jr. from Ghostbusters. We have Steve Porcaro, an original member, founding member of Toto, playing some songs. We have Michael Blue, who's a producer of One Republic and many other people, doing some songs with the house band, which is my son's band, Thredge. We're playing all 80s music. And then we have a band called Love and Money. It's members of Air Supply and Guns N' Roses doing Air Supply and Eddie Money songs. Eddie Money and Air Supply songs. All 80s songs, mostly 80s songs. And it's just going to be a fun concert. So we're collaborating with like Ray Parker Jr., Toto, Air Supply, Eddie Money people, and creating this thing that will raise money because we buy instruments and art supplies for underprivileged schools and clubs in Southern California. That's where the money is going from this event. And then, but we're getting rock stars and cool people to come and play 80s songs. So that's website for that is $25 a ticket. It's a write-off. It's bandtogetherfoundation.org. And that is Thursday night, September 18th. But again, collaborating with people way more famous than you are to work together for a common cause. So greatness doesn't happen solo in your business. It's so hard to do things by yourself. Partner with other influencers, businesses, and leaders. So people in my mastermind group, I have 100 people in my RockStar mastermind program and my RockStar accelerator program. It is not inexpensive to join, but if you're in it, I promote you to like everybody I know. So that's partnering with me because you've invested in yourself. So I want you to be successful in whatever you do. So I'm going to promote you to everybody I know. And trust me, I know a lot of people, which is kind of cool. But other things, like if you're doing a podcast, interview other business leaders or leaders in your community, whatever you do on the podcast. Trust me, everyone wants to be on a podcast and be interviewed because while they're on your podcast, they're promoting their stuff as well. So collaborate with these people. I will be on any podcast. If you have a podcast and you want me to be on your podcast, just email me, Craig@CraigDuswalt.com. I would so be on your podcast because I know it does two things. It helps you out because I have a pretty big database, but it also helps me out because I'm reaching out to people in your database and telling them about my stuff. I do this all day long. I appear on so many podcasts just to get the word out that I exist. And the more I do it, the more I get speaking gigs. I get to be people to sign up for my events, go on their podcast, come on my podcast, etc. And this also goes back to leverage collaboration, is basically forming a team. Now, I don't have any formal employees. I have zero, just me. But I have a team of people that do my websites. I have a team of people that help me with my funnels. I have a team of people that help me with my finances. I have a team of people that help me with my merchant account. I have a team of people that help me with my podcasting. I have a team of people that help me with pretty much everything in business. Anything to do with business, I have someone that helps me with that. And that is part of the collaboration. You know, you don't have to hire them, but just like as a 1099 or per project basis, or just pay them to do, like I have a graphic designer I've used for years. I just pay him per item that he does. And it just works out so great. So you got to have a team of people working with you, of professional people that are experts in their field. Like my graphic designer is a professional graphic designer. My website person is a professional website designer. My Kartra person is a professional Kartra person. You get the idea. My podcast person is a professional podcast person, the one that sets up all my podcasts. Anyway, do that. Create a RockStar team. Number 6 is master the stage. Now, I know that the number one fear in the world is, well, I guess it's dying might be number one, but number 2 is public speaking. So when I say master the stage, it doesn't necessarily have to be on a stage, like in a hotel ballroom or something. That could be a podcast. It could be doing what I'm doing right now, sitting in front of a screen that's purple that just says master the stage. I could be talking to nobody right now. You know, I don't know because I don't see the number. How many people are listening live right now? When I left and put the screen up, it was like 18. It could be more, or everyone could have dropped off. But you know what I'm doing? I'm recording it, and then I'm going to send it out to the people that could not watch it live. So if you are afraid of public speaking, do a free webinar. So there's no stress. No one paid for it. So the expectation of your webinar is really low. You know, even if you screw it up so bad, they didn't pay anything. So how can anyone get upset, right? And you're just talking to a little dot on your screen, which is my camera. I'm talking to this dot. So if you're afraid to talk to a dot and a screen that says master the stage, that's a whole other issue. But if you're afraid to talk to people in front of a live audience, you don't even have to do that anymore. Free webinars, podcasting, all that kind of stuff. But you need to master this. And you're going to suck the first time you do this. If you've never done it before and you're doing a free webinar or a podcast, the first time you are going to be awful. Please know that. But you know what? It's totally okay. But if you don't do it the first time, then you're not going to do it the second time and get better. And you're not going to do it the third time. I have done this. I'm in the thousands of times. So I hardly say anymore. I hardly forget what I'm saying anymore because I could rattle off anything because I've done it so many times. Like when I'm interviewed for a podcast, I don't even ask for the questions because whatever question they ask me, it's been asked before and I have the answer. It's way in the back sometimes, but I remember I have an answer for everything. And if I don't, I have learned how to steer an interview. I was being interviewed. A lot of my mastermind people know this story on a radio tour. It's called a radio tour. Jeff Crilly, my friend in Dallas, Texas, I paid him to get me on radio all over the country. And he puts out like a press release. And like this day, he said, John Dorsey or Jack Dorsey, I forget his name even, was the CEO of Twitter, just retired. This is years ago, just retired. And Craig Duswalt is a social media expert, and he is ready to share his feelings about the retirement of Mr. Dorsey on Twitter. And then what happens is the next morning at 6 a.m, I have 10 interviews lined up with radio stations all over the country. Now, what's funny is Jeff positioned me as an expert in social media. Now, if you go to any of my social media sites, you're going to see I suck at social media. I just don't do it. I have people that do a little bit, but that's my like weak area. I don't do it. But I get so many people that come to my seminars, I just haven't focused on it, which is bad. I need to focus on it. But at the time, I wasn't focused on it. And I told Jeff, you positioned me as an expert on Twitter. I barely know how to use Twitter. So after I panicked that night, because I had that night to figure out what I'm going to say on an interview, I figured this out. This guy had retired once before on Twitter. And this was his second time retiring. So I'm in the music industry and I know, who has said they've retired before and came back? Elton John, Cher, just to name a few. Their last tour, of the world, and then they come back. Well, this is the last tour now. And then they come back again and tour. Well, this is the final last tour. So I had that in the back of my mind. So they're interviewing me on these radio stations, and I steer the interview to me. And because he says, so Craig, what do you think about Mr. Dorsey leaving Twitter? And I said, you know what that reminds me of? Because he retired once before. It reminds me of like Cher and Elton John. They retire and they say this is their farewell tour. But then they come back 2 years later and do another tour. So I used to tour Guns N' Roses and Air Supply, and I look at that and I say to myself, I don't know if this is Jack Dorsey's last time retiring. And what happens is the interviewer grabs an interesting thing and he says, that's right, you used to tour with Guns N' Roses. So how was that? So now the rest of the interview is not talking about Mr. Dorsey of Twitter. I'm talking about touring with Air Supply and RockStar marketing. I steer the interview away from a subject that I'm not very comfortable with, and I steer it towards what I want to talk about. And that's when you know you're really good at this. And I can say now, 19 years later, doing this so much, I'm really good at this. I don't say ums anymore, very, very rarely. And I just said but I just said it again. Okay, so now I'm conscious about it. Anyway, so don't do just master the stage is the bottom line here. Just be good at your craft. Do it over and over again, and you'll get better at it. And here's a little thing: whether it's a live event, webinar, podcast, or social media, your stage presence matters. You need to stand out. You need to be bold. You need to be exciting. You need to be different. You need to be a rock star. And whatever that is for you, just be exciting. Like, have I at all did this today? Whether it's a live event, webinar, or a podcast, or social media, your stage presence matters. Oh my God, you'd all be asleep in 5 minutes. What, 5 minutes, 1 minute? Just be exciting. Use hands, arms, throw your voice, be loud, be not loud. Well, I'm loud all the time, as my family tells me. And also be magnetic, passionate, and confident. Now, some of you will say, but I am not magnetic and I'm not confident, but I am passionate. Well, if you're passionate about what you're doing, as you do it more and more again, you will become magnetic and confident because the passion will show through. As long as you do it over and over and over again, you got to get good at this. You got to master the stage. Number 7, create signature content. Now, it's all about content. Everything we do now is about content. Free webinar is content. Podcast content, videos, quick videos, interviewing people on stages, writing books, writing blogs. All that is content. Signature content, everything I do has to do with RockStar. Everything, ad nauseum. Everything is RockStar this, RockStar that. Rock Your Life, RockStar Marketing. Band Together Foundation, my foundation. Band Together, band. Everything has to do with RockStar. So when I create content, everything will have a RockStar feel. Everything will have a RockStar attitude. Everything will have my colors, which are normally black and red, except for what I'm doing now, my impact thing that I'll be doing for the next year, year and a half is purple and black and white. So if you come to my event on September 19th and 20th, I hope you like purple. I'll just share that. All right, create signature content. Rockstars have hit songs. Do we all agree? That's what rock stars do. They create songs and they pray that some of them are going to be hit songs. You need your hit in the form of a keynote, a book, a podcast, or a framework. So your attitude is, I got to have a hit keynote with a hit story, a hit book. My new book with my wife is called Impact. That is going to be a hit. It's going to be an Amazon #1 bestseller. And for the next year, we're going to be promoting the heck out of this book, following it up with a documentary. A podcast. I have Rock Your Life TV. That is my podcast. I am going to have rock stars, business leaders. I already have like 30 of them in the can. And I think 20 of them are up online. Just go to YouTube and type in Rock Your Life TV, and you'll start seeing all the interviews. Everything I do in my mind, I want it to be a hit. So your signature content is everything I do, like I said, is Rockstar. Something people immediately associate with you. So whatever your brand is, you got to be consistent in the brand. And whenever someone sees Rockstar something and it's red and black, they know it's me. They associate the colors, the attitude, the look, the theme, the feel of a website or a podcast, everything. They know when they see that feel, that's Craig Duswalt, that's me. You need to do the same thing. It's all about everything has to be consistent, the same, look the same, feel the same, genre the same, target audience the same. Make sure they know immediately that when they see something, that is you. That's how you create rockstar status in your industry. And I just said this, world, be consistent is number 8. Many times, people go, they create a logo and a brand, and they put it out there for 3 months. And they're like, oh, that's not working. I'm not making any money. And then they switch their brand. And I'm like, well, there goes wasted 3 months. It takes time to build a brand. It takes time to get a community, a fan base. But the way to get there is you got to be consistent. Like I just said, same colors, same feel, same messaging, same branding like Rockstar. Like I just said, Rockstar, Rock Your Life, Rockstar Marketing Bootcamp. Impact is Rockstar Impact. 2025. My band together, like I said, band together. Be consistent. Now, here's the other thing about consistency. Every March and September, or April and October, basically every spring and fall for the last 20 years, I do an event. Whether it's a RockStar Marketing Bootcamp, an impact event, Rock Your Life conference, I do an event every spring and every fall for 20 years. In between that, I have mastermind events that my mastermind comes to. But every year, consistently, I have those 2 big events every year. Podcasting. I have not done this yet, but I'm setting it up as we speak. Your podcast, if it's 5 days a week, you should say every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Whatever that is, whatever that time is that you're comfortable with. But be consistent. If your podcast is once a week, say every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm making up a time and date. But whatever your time and date is, just release a new one every week or every day at that time. Be consistent. So people will they're looking forward to your new episode at a certain time. Be consistent in everything you do. Show up regularly with valuable content, networking, and engagement. Regularly show up. My biggest pet peeve, and it just happened this morning, my biggest pet peeve is when someone says they're coming to something and with 10 days left, or some people the day of, I can't make it now. Something has come up. And 99% of the time, it's a BS excuse. I'm sorry. It just is. Like they wake up and realize, you know what? I'm just not going to go. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of going through this thing right now. But if you can be the person that shows up when you say you're going to show up and you're consistent with that, then there's a trust factor. There's a worthiness factor. Then people want to go to bat for you if you're that person. If you are the person that keeps saying you're going to show up and then you don't show up because something comes up, I'm just saying it's just a thing. It's a character thing. Now, when you get a ticket for something that you've been looking forward to for a long time, an event, a concert, a play, a musical, something, anything like that, and you have tickets that night, 99% of the people I know can be sick as a dog and they're still going to that thing, whatever that is. Like if I have tickets to Queen, no matter where it is, I could be on my deathbed and I'm going to that show. Now, obviously, if something tragic happens, obviously, I get that. I do. But 99.9% of the time, I know it's like, oh, I pulled a muscle. I can't go. Like, just think of things when you say you're going to go to something, think of it as your character is kind of on the line here. Are you going to show up? Now, you want that also. If you're doing something, if you're interviewing someone, you want someone to show up on your podcast. If you're doing a lunch and learn and 20 people say they're coming, you would appreciate 20 people coming to the lunch and learn. So what I do is I do these events and I get the room size based on how many people say they're coming to something. And then what happens is like 20 people cancel. I'm like, I could have gotten a smaller room at the last minute. Why? And you don't want that to happen to you. So don't do it to other people. And it's all about being consistent. Be consistent in everything you do. Show up and not only show up physically, show up mentally, and be with an open mind and embrace what's going on. Because I have been to numerous seminars where I've gone like 20 times to the same seminar, but I still go every year because 99% of the time there's a nugget that I've heard 18 times, but this time I was ready to receive that gold nugget and I incorporate it in my business and things go great because of it. Even if it's the same seminar for 20 years, which I have done, I will still go to it because A, I know the audience, by now because we kind of all go. And it's just good to be seen again, out of sight, out of mind. But when you show up to these things, people remember you. Wait, you were the guy or the girl last time that does this. How is that going? And you tell people about it. Zoom messed us up for one thing. People just rely on the internet and Zoom now, and they're not getting any human interaction. Don't do that. It's my advice. Don't do that. We need to interact with people. Anyway, enough about that. Consistency builds credibility and trust. I think I just said that, but now it's in writing. Consistency builds credibility and trust. And that's what you really got to start thinking about. Like, is this the person that shows up all the time? I have a lady in my my mastermind, Janie Becker. I'm going to call her out. She might be on this line. She is Threads' #1 fan, my son's band. She's an older woman. She volunteers everywhere she goes, and she comes to every single Threads concert. She always volunteers at my events. She always works the registration table at my events. Her credibility, and I can trust her for showing up, is through the roof. It's 100 out of 100. I know she's going to be there. If she gets sick, obviously now, then I know she's really sick and she can't make it. That has never happened. But I'm just saying, because she's built up so much credibility and trust, if she cancels at the last minute, I know something's up. And I'll call her and say, are you okay? Is everything okay? That's where you want to get to. When someone doesn't show up, that's a shock. You don't want to be the person that just doesn't show up. Anyway, #9, use the power of branding. It's all about the brand. It's all about the base. Sorry, I have a tickle. Hold on one second. I got a tickle in my throat all of a sudden. Use the power of branding. Branding is very, very important. Brand is your logo, your tagline. Mine is like RockStar Marketing, rock your life. Shoot. Oh, this is going to bug me. My new brand is impact. Everything will be impact. So branding is very important. And here it is. From your logo to your website to your social media, everything should scream RockStar. Now, I put the word RockStar because everything should scream the word RockStar for me. But everything should still scream the word RockStar for you as being the best in your industry of what you do. That's being a rock star in your business. Everything, logo, website, social media, it's got to look amazing. It's got to look professional. It's got to be consistent. It's got to get out there. It's got to be seen. Another thing, press releases. No one does this. EIN Presswire I use all the time, and I send out press releases. Even if nobody signs up for my seminars through the press release, I'm still going out to like 10,000 to 40,000 websites of people seeing my Rockstar brand. Everything should scream that you are a rock star in your industry. Branding turns you from just another player into the headliner. We should all want to be the headliner in everything we do. We do not want to be the person that comes to an event that let me backtrack. Coming to an event for the first time, it's okay to be in the audience. In fact, it's great. Maybe even the first 2 or 3 times, just to sit in the audience and don't do the VIP thing, but just learn. You're at that stage where you're learning and you're absorbing new information. But eventually, if you keep going to the same seminar and you join like a mastermind program and you do anything like that, your goal should be, I want to be on that stage next event or the next event after that when I get my stuff together. Your goal should be, I want to be the headliner. Because if that's not your goal, you're not going to be successful. Your goal is reach for the stars. And if you fall a little short, you're still going to be very successful. So you want to be a headliner in everything you want to do. You want people talking about you. You want people saying, oh my gosh, I want that person on my podcast. That person's unbelievable. I just want to meet them. I just want to meet them. That's what you want to have happen to your brand and yourself. And number 10 leads me into what we're doing now, make an impact. Look, we get one life. Everyone on this earth gets one life, unless you know something that I don't know. But we get one life, and we want to do something special in this one life and leave a legacy. Well, if you play half-assed, it's never going to happen. It's just never going to happen. So how bad do you want to leave a legacy, to leave your mark on this earth, that when you go, people still say, remember that guy that did the da-da-da-da? Wow, that was kind of cool. That was just amazing. And it's not even that. Like I had I coached the middle school football at my kids' school when they were growing up. I was the offensive coordinator for a football team. And we won the Super Bowl that year because we were really good. And what's funny is that was, I'm going to make up a date. That was when Ryan was in 8th grade, and now he just graduated 5 and 4. That 12 years ago. 12 years ago or 13 years ago, I coached this team. Well, one of the friends of my kids is this kid that was on the football team. And about 3 weeks ago at a party at our house, and it wasn't our party, my kids had kids over for like a party. I think it was like a 4th of July thing. And this one of their friends that I coached 13 years ago on this football team came up to me. Now, he had a couple of drinks, but he got the courage to come up to me at my kids' party at my house and say, Mr. Duswalt, I just want to say something right now. I haven't said this in 13 years, but 13 years ago when you were coaching me in football, you said some things to me and built confidence in me that I just want you to know have changed my life from that day to today. I'm getting emotional just thinking of it right now. When someone says that to you, like I had no idea that I don't even know what I said, but I must have said something that impacted this kid 13 years ago, and he just wanted to finally share it with me. And that, like, I could speak on stages. I could do, write books. I've written 14 books. I could do all these I toured with Guns N' Roses, toured with Air Supply. But that moment is way better than anything I've done. So how do you get to that moment? How do you make an impact in this world? And that's what my event is going to be. And that's what this book is about. And that's what this documentary is about, stuff like that. Because you don't have to be Guns N' Roses to make an impact in this world. Back to Janie Becker, she volunteers everywhere. She builds floats for the Rose Bowl parade every year. She volunteers at Lymphoma Society, the Lymphoma Leukemia Society. She volunteers everywhere. She is making an impact in this world, and she's not going to be on the front page of the LA Times. Well, she might be actually, because she's everywhere. But, it's the little things that make an impact. So you don't have to be Axl Rose of Guns N' Roses to make an impact on this world. You could just be doing your thing. And if everyone made a small little impact on this world, oh my gosh, what a better world we'd have. Rockstar status isn't about ego. It's about legacy. Take your ego out of this thing. It's about affecting another human being, even if it's one, because then that person might affect 10 people, and then those 10 people might affect 10 people. And that's what the goal is in life. That should be your goal. Now, the byproduct of it is if you create a legacy and you make an impact in this world, your business will go through the roof. It's a natural thing. And then you'll make money, a lot of money. And then if you are the type of person that wants to leave a legacy, the more money you make, the more money you could donate for the good of the human race. And that's how this works. Rock stars are remembered because they changed the world, not just about their bank account. They changed the world. It's not about their bank account. It's great to make money. Don't get me wrong. It is great because then you can do more good things, but you're not going to be remembered for how much money you had in the bank. You're not. You're going to be remembered how you did your little part, even, or big part, to change the world. So that's what this thing was. My little free webinar, how to achieve rockstar status in your industry. My event is, if you want to learn how you can change the world and be inspired and motivated and get the tools to grow your business, to make more money so that you can make more of an impact in this world, if you, for $47, it's September 19th to the 20th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Hyatt Regency right here in Westlake Village, California. It is a beautiful hotel. You just have to go to rockstarimpact2025.com. Just write that down, even if you're not thinking of going, because something might change tonight. When you go to bed, you might wake up tomorrow and go, oh, I need to go to this seminar. Something happened to me. I need to go. I need to hear from 8 of the top speakers in the world that are going to impact me and help me become what I really, really want to be. Like successful in business, successful in leaving a legacy and impacting other people. So rockstarimpact2025.com, and the tickets are only $47. The swag bag and the contents are costing me more than $47. So if that doesn't prove that I just want people in the room, because I know what will happen when you leave on the 20th, your lives will change forever. I know it because I know what's happening. And if you want to be a VIP, it's $197 because you get pictures with rock stars and you get the lunches at the hotel in a really nice room. The networking lunches, hot buffet lunches on both Friday and Saturday. So it's a little bit more money, but you don't have to do that. Just show up for $47. But if you want to go to the site, which is Rockstar Impact 2025, there is an option for $197 for VIP, and you get other stuff. If you want to come to the fundraiser, this one, I really need people to come to this. Like I said, we have rock stars coming, 80s music. It's going to be a fun night. It's at doors open at 6:30 p.m. at the Canyon. It used to be called the Canyon Club, but it's a very famous place. A lot of famous people play there all the time. It's in Agora Hills, California, which is like 20 minutes from LA. And that website is bandtogetherfoundation.org. It's $25 a ticket to come, and it's a fundraiser, so most of that is a write-off. $25 to come per person to that major fundraiser concert. We are going to have a ball. So that's on the 18th. That's the logo for Rockstar Impact 2025. I'm going to stop the share, and I'm going to go back and realize we have the same amount of people still on. Screen share on. Okay. So the chat went crazy while I was gone. This format is working. Nigeria events are always so good. Thank you, Anissa. Maya. Oh, I remember Maya. Great content, rockstar level, Craig. Thanks for all you do. Anissa, you have incredible speakers. Yes, that we do. JD Becker, great impact preview. Craig Duswalt, you are a big deal. We're great for the community of rockstars. Love you, Janie. So anyway, I can't see anybody. I don't know, like I said, how this works. The webinar ended up being 1 hour. Can anyone just, if you have a question, just ask me in the chat. Just put it right in the chat if you have a quick question. Otherwise, I will end this webinar and then I will send it out to people. I need to see. Oh, Brooks Allison was on. Yeah, Brooks and Barbara Allison were in my mastermind for a while. Diane Kephart was here. Trevor Thompson. Here's my full contact info. So I'll click on that link and then just leave it over there for now. And then I'll look at that in a little while. So Laura, thank you. Rajesh, thank you. Okay, cool. So it doesn't look like there's any questions, which is totally fine. And so I'm going to end this webinar. Jimmy and Luann, I'm not sure who that is, but they thank you guys for appearing as well. So I'm going to end this webinar. Thank you guys so much for coming. I really hope to see you September 18th and 19th, 19th and 20th for the event, or the 8th or the 18th for the fundraiser. Take care. Bye.